Good afternoon, everyone. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is. We're here today to say our goodbyes. Made a lot of memories in these areas, and we'll never forget them. So I think it's right that we do one final look at all of them. Doing some talking and whatnot. What do I actually how to pass this one I'm looking for? I remember Escalation Protocol the first day it came out. Me and my friend tried it and it was nuts. We couldn't get anywhere in it. Then I remember going on LFG trying to get in lobbies. Spending hours just trying to get into a lobby. And farming the boss for the shotgun, and I finally got a shotgun. I was so happy. And everyone was so pissed at me. I remember farming it. A lot of good laughs. You know, Warmind in general, I actually really liked. We finally got to see Nokris, a hive god that we had known nothing about for years. Someone we had always been intrigued by since we had seen him. Oryx's Dreadnought. But I remember recently I just got all of the Warmind nodes, and my lord, it was not a lot of fun. I actually came pretty close to the wire when it came to me completing it. We were running up here the first day, killing an ogre right there, and then meeting Anna Bray. Going on ahead. And I remember seeing this Raytech Futurescape for the first time, and then just beyond it, you see what I thought at first was a giant Siva Perfection Chamber, but it's Rasputin. Clovis Bray was a name we had known in lore, but someone we had not seen. Still is someone we haven't seen, but ironically, Clovis Bray is something we're going to be getting a bit of an intro to in this DLC. We learned a lot about him in the lore, Focus Edition. I was a blatant maniac. I remember coming in here. Standing here trying to get engrams, trying to get my power up.
Let's work together.
Then just beyond it, the pyramid. Walk here and we see a model. What is Rasputin? And I remember going up to see Rasputin for the first time. And it was pretty crazy. I never actually thought that we'd see Rasputin like this. And Rasputin's story is far from over. Right now, he's trapped in an engram. We're gonna try and transfer him into an exo frame. Rasputin was something we always tried communicating with on Earth, and never had any success. We knew he was responsible, at least in part, for the death of the Iron Lords. But we didn't know he murdered them. If I can't have my son, no one can. Rasputin sent the Siddhartha Golem, Bellwinter, to live among the people, and now he's gonna live among the people, most likely. Right here, we got the Javelin for the first time. Then, just up ahead is Rasputin, what is known as the most powerful weapon in the solar system. That was still shut down, ironically, by a pyramid, just waltzing in. And we were finally worthy enough. Walk through these doors. And came face to face with Tyrant. Rasputin. Soon Rasputin will be gone. At least this node will be. And then I remember Mercury. Mercury was a place I had never really been to in Destiny 1. Destiny 1, you could only go there by well, besides Crucible maps, you could only get there by going flawless in trials, and I am not a good PvP player. So of course I never went to the lighthouse. But going here and standing in the lighthouse still was really cool. But it wasn't as rewarding. I remember Curse of Osiris being a huge flop. It was the first time that I really took a step away from Destiny to just Destiny in general. And that was when I got into, I believe Fortnite was just starting to get started around that time. Getting into Minecraft, I remember playing with some friends that summer. Then Mercury was kind of neglected for a while. The Infinite Forest was pretty cool when it first came out, but it's just kind of annoying. It's just kind of annoying now. But I remember spawning in here the first day. The first thing we were greeted with. Was the darkness. Then walking through here and finding Brother Vance again, who we haven't seen since the reef.
The truth awaits you, Guardian, whenever you're ready.
And we have the forge over here where we created some of my favorite weapons. West of Sunfall 7. Perfect Paradox. This is where we got our Telesto Catalyst masterworked. And I remember getting this chest. And seeing statues, one similar to the one statue similar to the garden. Seeing this and not knowing what it was, only to realize it's a public event space. And the public event that really sucks. But disappointing. And I remember running up here. Seeing the Infinite Forest Gate. This reminded me of Atheon. Vault of Glass. I remember walking through it. Not knowing what was on the other side. We went in to save our future, and we emerged victorious. The legendary by our side. A legendary that, pretty useless, but is still someone in play today. And will be a big part of the next season. And then Titan. Titan was a really intriguing destination. You had the Fallen Transponder quest when that came out. That was there. You have the sea worm that no one really knows what it is yet. Still, you had Hive, Apocrypha all over the place, and so much to uncover. And it was such a cool place with the giant terrarium and getting to use a frickin' tank here. Like coming back, Cade's final message. This was, ironically, the final place where we ever heard Cade. I remember coming here and seeing the dreadnought lingering above this. Darkness. Darkness is here. I never thought I'd see it. I never thought that to fight the darkness. I never thought it'd be like that. But I remember coming here, trying to find Zavala to reunite after the Red War, after we had lost everything. This place was swimming with fallen. All of us high. And now there's Taken. I remember seeing that pyramid. Still mist and mystery. There we see the Dreadnought's blast was where we fought in the Taken War, where the Queen made the sacrifice. Cost her life. I remember seeing the giant solarium. Wondering what secrets lied within. And ultimately, it wasn't really much. But it did one of my favorite strikes at the beginning, and something that I really liked lore-wise. That was Savathun's song. After seeing some of Savathun's forces here, that was the first time we'd really heard about Savathun. Of her brood. We had heard of her in the Book of Sir, but we had never seen her forces at play. We had assumed she'd taken control she'd taken the mantle of the Taken. But that confirmed it. We didn't know about Shehu Roth either, but now we know that she is. Where has she been? I don't know. But her throne became distant after her and the others decided to go away from each other, grow different. Her throne was barred shut. Oryx's remained as a court. Savathun she took her moons and moved away. Black Star, I believe, to be precise, where she found out how to cheat the worms game, and the worms didn't like it, and tribute actually didn't change at all. I remember this quest where it was really weird that if we spared the captain that he would talk to us and there would be a different ending. The place is still such a mystery, and I do wish there was more done with this. Place on this. Then there was Nessus. Nessus I remembered from the beta. And it was cool. But I had never seen the Leviathan. Or I'd only seen pictures of it on PC. But actually seeing it, blown away. And it's not going anywhere. And then Io. Possibly one of my favorite planets. Ashermere is one of my favorite characters. I love the Pyramidion strike. Festering core is really cool too. The Pyramidion itself has always been intriguing. Especially now, knowing that in Beyond Light there is another Pyramidion-like structure. Maybe linked to this one, we don't know. Then having the Whisper of the Worm unlocked here. Having a planetary quest that unlocked in just a stupid linear fusion rifle. Then we have the darkness show up here. We're coming in here day one. We had seen the darkness really for the first time in action. Disrupting the Tree of Silver Winds. Now lies dead. Seeing these massive bones, wondering what they belong to. Perhaps they're Kara. Perhaps they're something we don't know.
Experiment 922. Planning. Radio layer exposure to high heat.
Your mirror. His big words and his ego. I'm gonna miss it. He's gonna make the ultimate sacrifice. He's gonna walk into the pyramid, to the lake where he was afflicted, and he's gonna bring it down. He's gonna do it alone. Pyramidion itself is just this massive. Then you have the Cabal base over there. Then I remember coming here and seeing the Red Legion taking the light, trying to extract it. It didn't work in the end, but they tried. And this is where we've met the Taken for the first time since the Taken War. Since Malak seized the Taken throne. Since we had put him in the grave, essentially. We saw the Taken moving with action and with purpose again. Something we had not seen since the Taken War. And almost afterwards. I still wonder if Malak is dead. He had a... I assume he had a throne. Alas, Malak. We've seen Nokris. We've seen Savathun. Well, we've heard of Savathun, we haven't seen her. Well, I never see her. Now there's these ships flying about. I don't know what they're doing. We don't even know what the darkness is doing here. What are they doing at each of our planets? This one makes sense. They're destroying something that was sacred. And that still held the Traveler's presence. But why Titan? Mars, I guess, for Rasputin. What about Mercury? Why Mercury? They're trying to isolate us? And I remember just going around here and having that one adventure, the Arecibo. We got a hint to Warmind, where Rasputin temporarily controlled our ghost and gave us a message. And coming in here and seeing the first bit of Savathun's influence.
I don't think the Taken will go without a leader for long. Someone will try to take control. But when they do, we'll be there to stop them.
Of course, we had the Tangled Shore and the Dreaming City, but those aren't going anywhere. No matter is Earth, or the Moon, or Nessus. All the strikes on these planets I'm gonna miss. Nokris, Zol. Pyramidion. I'm not gonna miss any of the Mercury strikes. Screw those. They're gonna be on. Festering core, despite it being very new, is gone. But then we had the Menagerie, or the Tribute Hall, the Menagerie, Leviathan. I remember going on to the Leviathan and just... It was immaculate. Seeing legionaries standing on either side, waiting, walking in, and hearing Callus talk, wondering if he was a friend or a foe, doing the Castellum, then facing his dogs, and then running his gauntlet, cleansing his bath, then challenging him, what we thought was him. Seeing all of his counterfeit robots lined up against the wall, then plunging into the depths of Leviathan, fighting Argos, a massive Vex Mind. I remember killing Argos, and being sucked into Leviathan. My raid team and I were all freaking out, both by what was happening and by the fact that we were literally getting the big suck by the Leviathan and then being saved by Callus. One of his robots gone. For all of our efforts. And I remember spending everything I had here. Using my whole 2 years worth of currency just to buy these stupid statues. But they all looked so cool. Getting bad juju and seeing the rogue essence. Listening to that music was beautiful. Having statues to commemorate our triumphs. Triumphs of fighting Callus. Golrin. Who is by far one of my favorite raid bosses. Insurrection Prime. Marsav. The Cursed Eververse. Engrams. Or Faithful. The Iron Banner. Lord Shax with his legendary raised lighter. Vala, Nikora, Moats. Bank. Symbol of a Dredgen. Tank, a ship. The Sparrow. This place was one of triumph. A place that showed off all we had accomplished. The doors to this place will be locked shut. This is my final time among here. Perhaps one day we'll return to this and more triumphs. More vestiges. More for our accomplishments. I remember going into the Menagerie that first day, seeing this grow weak with pride. Seeing how Savathun and Callus were beginning to clash. Hearing how Galrin was made and what happened to him. He was only a few minutes old before he was brought in and given the crown. How he was corrupted. Now this was a symbol that Savathun beginning to put her pieces in play. And she still is, as we have seen with this season. We don't know why the Leviathan is being shut. Could be that it's because we are beginning to wield the dark. Perhaps it's because of a different motive. This place was so different from the Leviathan, where the Leviathan was lavish and filled with treasure, joy. This place is dark, dreary, forgotten. Emperor's grace still resides here, but it is long forgotten. Then I remember proceeding ahead. Witnessing entrance to the crown, kingdom of sorrow, which would lead to the crown, and its bearer, Galrin. This is still one of my favorite raids in terms of music, final boss, and mechanics. It's a pain to see this go away. But all good things must come. There's a lot to look forward to in the future. There's a lot of things we're leaving behind, but as we move forward, we will always have memories of our past. And perhaps in a week we'll have completely forgotten about those destinations. Quite possible. In 2 days we will go to Europa. We will listen to what the darkness has to say. We will go as far as to wield it. There are many truths on Europa. And we all come looking for answers. We will meet Older Sav again. But not the Older Sav we killed. Not the one we fought and hunted ruthlessly, but One that is alone. Doesn't remember anything. We know what he's capable of doing, but this isn't the same Uldren. This isn't the one that killed Cade. This is Uldren. Slayed white clean. I remember the end of the base campaign, the Red War. The Traveler sacrificed itself to save us, which really was just to save itself. Even now, it's healed quite a lot over the past few years. This place has seen a lot of changes, a lot of events, Crimson Days, faction rallies, Guardian Games, the Dawning, Festival of the Lost. Tess Everest is still there, sadly. The Almighty event. Good time. It took a long time, but still. For the first event, only as of now, was phenomenal. Seeing the almighty crap mountain smoldering for days.
You faced much, more than most. But don't let your fears consume you.
Yeah, well, we have Zavala.
The hive
Zavala is
pouring
such
out
an
the helmet.
intriguing character. Going from, really not changing much in terms of we need to stay here and fight, but changing mentally, especially after Cade died. Shax. Badass. Head of a Hydra. And Kara.
Here to forge your light.
And this Banshee who's, as ever, Ulda. He bossed. There's Hawthorne, and Benedict, Ada 1, and Drifter. Executor Hideo, Lakshmi 2, Narak Jalal. You have the ramen shop. And a portrait of Cade. Sakura Ray, who has been a useless vendor, if you can even call her that for.
You. We have battles to fight. I can wait. Carry the light.
I remember coming down here after beating the raid and seeing Benedict and hearing Callus speak through him. Then hearing that same tone, that same bit of memory.
May I have a moment of your time?
The season of opulence began. All throwing all of her memes in the Pop-Tart Red Bull-induced seizure that Lewis the Bird had. Still sometimes has.
Gotta meet with Banshee, get
You
supplies.
just
from
never
the
quit,
Cryptarch.
do ya?
Need tech
Took
support for
alcohol,
holiday.
woke up those memes. Yeah. All born from her. Or after Forsaken dropped, coming over here, and having Drifter tell us that we gotta move on from Cade. Everyone's got a bullet with their name on it. Me, him, Cade, all of us do.
I think this is where Banshee used to be set up. You know that number after his name isn't for show, right? Amanda told rebooted 44 times. How can he remember anything at this point?
I get the pill from someone
Then the Black Army came out, and I remember going down here, looking everywhere for secrets, not getting or finding anything. Rounding the corner, singing the tribute to the Black Armory, the symbol of the armor itself, and symbol of House of Rasmussen, Leto, and Myron. And then meeting 81, possibly one of the most badass exos we know.
Titan.
Someone who had a long hatred for God, provided wares and weapons that changed destiny, like Jotun and Izanagi's burden. Giving us a puzzle like Niobe's lab, which was a lot of fun, but also had a lot of still does. Then Caesar the Drifter came out, and I remember meeting the Drifter, my favorite character. His voice actor fits him really well. He just likes to joke. Got some witty comebacks. And he's seen things out there.
I've been thinking about taking the derelict to the Dreaming City. Gambit could use some new war zones. No bigger war zone than that these days.
His lore, how he
I need you alive,
escaped an
brother.
icy planet, came across out the light. Things he's had to do to stay alive. The crew he's run with. People he's lost. And now he's gonna be a big part on Europa. He's walked in the darkness before, and he's gonna show us how to walk the line. This machine, all of its dialogue.
Thank you for choosing the Drifter, Dakota.
By far the best cryptarch in the game. And then the fabled Frame himself.
Excuse me, Guardian.
Benedict, 9940.
You amuse the Emperor.
Farming, I remember farming the runes. Trying my hand to get some of this armor. Some of it I still don't have, and wish I had more time to go and get it. But time was in. I waited.
His embrace is loving.
This isn't the end of our journey. The end of this chapter of it. We're gonna move on forward. We're gonna go to new places. We're gonna see new things. We're gonna meet new threats, and we're gonna meet new friends. Maybe we'll go back to all that. But on the off chance we don't, this video will always serve as a reminder. We've seen what the Traveler has had to say. We've followed for a long time. Now we're walking a different line.
Whatever these things are,
Now we're gonna listen to its antithesis. Been listening to it for a year now. Its words are intriguing. We've accepted a gift from it, and now we're gonna go and wield its power for ourselves. And it'll all be in 2 days.
salvation.
Can't wait. So that's it. This was really just a video for some memory. All this before it's gone. Again, it could come back in the future, but on the off chance it doesn't, this place is a reminder. What's ahead of us? What secrets lie ahead? What truths? What powers? What enemies? What friends? What stories? What will we add to it? And it's only just beginning. We've slain Crota, we've slain Atheon, we've slain Oryx's brood, and then we slew him, the god of the deep himself. We fought against the Devil Splicers, Axis, and Bossic. We fought back Gaul and bounced back after the Red War, after we lost everything. We fought Panoptes, destroyed a dark future. We went to Mars to assist the legendary Guardian and a Bray, and met with Rasputin while killing one of the creatures that made the Hive who they are today. Zol, Nokris, son of Oryx we had only heard once, right before we had killed Oryx. The material world in regicide. Then came Forsaken, where we lost our friend Cade. Killed Aldrin. Realized what Savathun had been doing. We met Riven, the last currently known who still exists and whispers to us. Saved the Techians. We met Marasov. She had long been gone, thought dead. She is still active. Savathun is playing a game of chess, moving her pieces into play, but so is Mars. And there was the Black Armory, fighting Civics and his crew, and then Insurrection Prime, coming across weapons of a founder we'd never seen or heard of before. Then there was Season of the Drifter. Got a deeper look into the Drifter. Talked about and Shin Malphur. Found out he was a Dredgen. We found out what the true Dredgens were. Not with the dark, but walked the line between. We were gifted the last word, and we found Thorn. Then Season of Opulence, where we went to grace Callus once again, improve ourselves. We did. Slew Golrin, reclaimed the crown, became shadows. Shadowkeep, where we first got to meet the Doom Doritos face to face. We met Crota, met the Fanatic, Omnigal, Tadix, Bogoth, Zydron, Skolas. Everything we had killed. Beings that caused pain and agony were being used against us. But we went in, slew the night again, all the same. Silenced their screams. In the pyramid, we heard the words of the dumb, accepted a gift which was into the Black Garden, someplace we hadn't been since one, after we had in its heart. We killed the consecrated and moved on to the sanctified mind, killing him, and then seeing another statue of the winnower. The signal end. There was Season of the Undying, where we came across the Vex Offensive and slew the Undying Mind again. We killed Crothion, Gate Lord. And then there was Season of Dawn. Osiris came back and split time into Mercury. Split time on Mercury into 3 separate parts: past, present, future. Legendary Titan. And saved him. Fought the House of Rain. We inspired hope in Saint 14. Hope that allowed him to keep going. Become the legendary Titan that we knew him as. And there was Season of the Worthy, where after killing Enatom and the 3 that were under him, powered him up, spread his reach across the system, took down the Almighty before it crashed into Earth, or into the last city. Then we had Season of Arrivals, which were darkness at our doorstep, corrupting the Tree of Silver Wings on Io and trying to create a God Wave on Titan. Watching over Rasputin. And watching over the Infinite Forest. Blocking out the sun. Now we have a sign that Savathun is fighting against the darkness, not working with it. So we look to understand why. We went into her throne world and we slew her eyes. We listened to Nokris' words, and then we fought Nokris himself. We slew him again. And we were shown the pyramids. A prophecy, almost. We saw Cabal, Elixni, humans, and Hive, all standing below a pyramid, gazing at it. Now, it's calling us to Europa. And it's not the only thing that's calling us there. Varix is there, Mithrax, Varus and the Drifter, and the Exo-Stranger, who we haven't seen in years, is back. They're about to to unfold. I can't wait to see how this game goes and how our continues to grow. This video will always serve as a reminder. We've done, places we've been.